Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Another Alviso for you, weekly practice criterium. Pretty good turnout today. We had a couple of San Jose Bicycle Club riders, maybe even, like 3 or 4 of them actually. I can see more blue jerseys up there. Of course, the Thirsty Bear duo, Blaine and Jerome. You can see both of them on the right there. Max just passing me on the left. We had Timmy. We even had a pink jersey, a Tyrrhune rider, Zach, who's going to make an appearance a little bit later in this video. So let's dive into this competitive race, talk about how it goes. But not before a message from the sponsor of this video, SportRx. These are my old prescription cycling sunglasses that I used for years, and they suck. I hated these things. I got them for super cheap from one of those overseas websites. In fairness, they're just not meant for sports. Certainly not for cycling. So I ended up going back to contacts. But contacts aren't perfect. They're inconvenient. I've lost a contact mid-race. That's pretty inconvenient. So I found myself going back to prescription sunglasses, but actually getting a pair that is specifically made for cycling this time, and it made a huge difference. So I want to talk about what I look for in cycling specific sunglasses, what's most important to me. And the short version is they basically have to feel like they are not prescription sunglasses. They have to feel like they're just normal cycling sunglasses. So light, they have to be grippy. These have this rubber on the temples, rubber on the nose piece, and they have to be balanced. Like if we look at these ones, these aren't balanced. They're super front heavy. They would slide down my nose especially when I was getting low and aero. These are just locked in. And speaking of that, this is a big factor actually, which is the curve. See how these things hug your face? These ones do not. Look at the difference. So basically the coverage, these almost feel like you're wearing contacts because the coverage in your field of view is so amazing. And in cycling, that's important. I can see somebody coming up on my left and it's with my prescription, unlike these ones where there's this big gap. So those are the most important things that I look out for. And then kind of a personal preference is the lens choice. These obviously are cycling specific, so they're gonna have things like water resistant, sweat resistant, but these are transition lenses, so doesn't really matter what's going on outside. Even if it's like a twilight crit, these are still going to work out for me all the way to like a directly sunny day. And of course, these were provided by today's video sponsor, SportRx. What sets them apart from other brands? Cycling, not just sports, but cycling specific sunglasses on their website. And they have their own in-house brand if you're trying to save a little bit of money. But they also have name brands. These happen to be Rudy Project, but they also have, 100%. They have Smith, they have Oakley, and all of them are ready for your prescription to be put in there. So stop wasting time on stuff like this, like I did for a long time. Just get something that is meant for the sport that you're doing. I swear it makes a big difference. I'll drop a link in the description to the specific setup that I use. I have 2 pairs. I urge you guys to check it out. Now back to the race. All right, we are lap number 2 in this race, I believe, and Jerome's just gonna send it. And here's the thing, like when I'm positioned this well, I'm just going to follow. I realize there's, the Tyrrhune rider, Zach. There's a whole bunch of San Jose Bicycle Club riders who are not part of this. Jerome's going to elbow flick me through right away. Yeah, sure. I looked back. I realized, okay, so to my point I was about to make, San Jose wasn't involved, but now they're following. So now we have this interesting combination of riders. We have all the teams I just mentioned are now following me, except for the one Tyrrhune rider, Zach, who's really strong, obviously, really powerful sprinter. But I'm just going to get aero and low here. You can see at the front here, just driving the pace. This is generally a tailwind section, although today there wasn't hardly any wind to speak of. Uncharacteristic overcast day here in California. But I'm going to elbow through, and we have Jerome coming through, looking real clean in the California State Championship jersey. And look, there's Zach, who had to do a little effort. So it's a little bit of a win, even though I had to do an effort too. I made sure it counted, and the other big sprinter in this race had to do an effort as well. So just a couple laps later, I have drifted back. I'm enjoying the benefits of the draft, really saving my energy until I have to use it. I mean, that's the name of the game in bike racing, is you save energy until you absolutely have to use it. And I'm seeing something develop off the front here. We have Blaine from Thirsty Bear. It looks like we have a blue jersey San Jose Bicycle Club. And now, there's the pink jersey Zach in action. He recognizes the threat. So does Timmy on the left here. He's following Jerome. This is Blaine's teammate, and I got to jump on this. So this is a moment where I have to snap into action. No more sitting back, enjoying the draft, saving energy. This has the right combination of riders where if I don't follow it, then I lose the race. So I'm committing some energy here, and I can see in the rear camera Yeah, it looks like a blue jersey. So this is San Jose Bicycle Club doing a really good job using the numbers to their advantage. They have a rider in the breakaway. Now they're following me, getting a draft. If you have a teammate in the break, you sit in the wheels, you follow riders. You have no obligation to chase teammates. And that's exactly what they're doing. So I'm closing this gap down. It's a bit painful. I'm getting arrow here and low on the front. To try to, minimize the amount of effort I'm doing. I'm also not spiking up to like 1,000 watts. I realize there's people in my draft. There's no point in really, burning a ton of energy with a really hard, short, sharp effort. Consistency is efficiency. I just want to make it across here. And Blaine's dropping the wheel because he's got a teammate up there. So I just have to keep on riding. It looks like everyone's realized that they're about to get caught. Oh, and actually Jerome just kind of sends it. Okay, this is interesting now because Timmy's following. So now we have a group of 2 that has now gone further across. I'm a bit tired because I just closed this gap down. These riders are tired because they just were in the breakaway up the road. And this is one of those moments where, could I close that down? Probably. Do I want to? Absolutely not. I want to save as much energy as possible. So I'm kind of doing the math. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I have Zach here in the pink jersey with me. I have Max behind me, another big threat in this race. And then I have all these blue jerseys from San Jose who have also missed it because their rider now is not part of that group off the front. So now I'm starting to think, what are the chances that this group of 2 gets away? Well, it's not 0, but it's a risk-reward equation that I'm doing. So, I'm going to take this pole here. It's a peace offering pole after Zach takes a pole. We're all just going to try to rotate and be consistent. Be consistent and efficient on the front and just keep these 2 riders on a leash. Meanwhile, good. So now you can see San Jose is doing the same thing. They're going to rotate through. We have a couple of other riders doing the same thing, rotating through. This is looking pretty good. Let's see if we can bring those 2 riders back. And they were out there for a long time. We were just letting them dangle. You can see them up the road now. They're about to get caught. This is like 10 minutes later in this race. So quite a long time for those 2 riders to be off the front. I have drifted all the way back, again, enjoying that draft, saving energy. But now they're about to get brought back, which means there's going to be some action on the front. It's going to be unpredictable. There's going to be riders trying to break away, trying to attack after they get caught. This is just a moment where I have to move up. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm moving up on the right. I'm going to try to get in position. Here behind Zach isn't such a bad idea. Let me see if I park it here for a while. I just want to keep an eye on the instigators here, the people who I know are going to be interested in, making a counterattack, making things happen after that break gets caught. And you can hear me talking to Zach. Blaine's going to counter at the next right-hander, and I'm just kind of predicting what's going on. Blaine doesn't even wait. There they go. Zach doesn't even wait, so it's predictable. Oh, my God, Max almost eats it. I don't know what happened. He unclipped or his chain skipped or something. But this is exactly what I was talking about. When the break comes back, it's kind of it's a really opportune time to attack. So it's predictable. You have to position yourself in preparation for this type of thing to happen. And that's exactly what I've done. So I'm following these guys because, again, it's the same hitters. Like this is going to be a theme throughout this race. And bike racing in general is you identify the competition, you identify the teams, and looks like I'm just going to send it. Yeah, I'm just going to send it because they attacked. It didn't really work. And they were all kind of sitting up. So carry my momentum, carry my speed, and do that signature slingshot counterattack that I've talked about so many times on this channel. I'm checking back. Do I have any passengers? I certainly do. That is Max in the rear camera, a very worthy brake mate. So I'm just going to continue pouring it on here, going as fast as I can. Opening this gap back to the chasers. I don't remember if this actually works or not, but I'm certainly going to commit to it. Let's see. Making sure he sees this car door. That would not be so pretty if you introduce yourself to that car door. But really low, really arrow on the front. And looks like I am getting some people who are willing to chase me back, which is fine with me. I mean, I want a selection. I'm really just trying to force a selection here. And if people have to work super hard to get across, I see gaps. It looks painful back there. So this is exactly what I want. Am I going to elbow flick Max here? I don't even have to. What a guy. He's just going to follow me through. We have Blaine, who never misses the break. And we have a couple others who are going to try to skip a pole. That's okay. Oh, I can't let Blaine get away. Yeah, I'm going to chase this one back. But it looks like we forced a selection here. I'm wondering if this is going to stay together. I can't remember. Let's fast forward and find out. And this does force the selection. Here we have it. It's About 5 minutes later in this race, the group is just too big, though. I mean, there's a selection, but you want to break away. The ideal number is like 4 or 5 riders, something like that. Generally is like the ideal number. This, we have like 8 or 9. It's just too many. You're going to have people who are sitting on, who are skipping turns, who are not rotating, or in this case, we have the San Jose rider just letting Blaine get away. Kind of weird move. Blaine's not the type of rider you let get away. He didn't even really have to attack. He just kind of rolled off the front. So I'm yelling at these guys to rotate because that's kind of what we have to do right now. We're getting a little closer to the end of this race, and we can't afford to have a guy like Blaine just like free rolling off the front because he can do 400 from here to the finish. And he's got a sprinty boy teammate, Jerome, back now just enjoying the draft. And if you guys remember last week, the video from last week, I got beat up on. I got ganged up on by Thirsty Bear, and I'm kind of having flashbacks of how that happened. I want to prevent that from happening. So I'm trying to get some rotations from these guys, and I'm just trying to make sure that, but Blaine's like he's already got like 15, 20 seconds. So what I do is I bring it to the curb here. There's a little faint crosswind here from my left to my right. And I'm just going to sit in the curb here and kind of be a jerk about it because I want to do a really hard effort, which is obviously what I'm doing. And I want to make sure that the people behind me who showed no interest in helping me chase are also hurting from this effort because I just don't want to tow and then get counterattacked again like last week. I want to prevent stuff like that from happening. So we're going to pass a lapped rider here. We're just going to stay on the gas because I don't know if I can comfortably and efficiently bring Blaine back at this point, but now we can see him. He's not out at 15 seconds. Maybe he's now at 7 or 8 seconds. I just want to make sure he's within the striking distance because I'm afraid if we stop rotating, if we stop going fast, then, Blaine's lead is going to blow out to a minute. That could easily happen. Like I said, he's that type of solo rider off the front, and I have to make sure that that does not happen again. So, again, just kind of doing a hard effort here on the front, and it looks like I'm about done. I'm looking back, and I'm like, okay, great, reinforcements here. Zach's thinking the same thing. He wants Blaine to get brought back. Max is thinking the same thing, and now it's like, who's following? It's so frustrating. Look at my face. I'm like, come on, guys. I keep looking back. What is going on? All these other riders now, you guys just have to follow. So I'm yelling at them to rotate again. And this looks rough. Now some desperate other chasers. I don't remember what happens here, but it looks like I might be losing the race. Let's find out. All right, sure enough, this group is completely dysfunctional a lap later. The only difference now is there is a very threatening group off the front. Max, Zach, and Blaine. Like my major competition, so I just need to rip it here. I have to, I'm still tired from that monster pole I took about a half a lap earlier, but I just have to jump across this group. I mean, we're going to lose. If I stay with this group, we're going to lose. Nobody's rotating, nobody's chasing. And I got to do this effort with no passengers. So you saw I spiked up the power real hard at the beginning because I know these guys have more energy. They just don't want to drag me across. No shame in that. It's a bike race after all. Obviously, I make these videos. They know I'm a sprinter. They know my MO, my plan to win this race. So they're not willing to rotate with me. This is the sprinter's burden. So hard effort here, really hard effort here. I get in this really aero position. I'm gonna make a video specifically about this position if I've already made it by the time this one gets released. I'll link it right now, but I want to talk about this really aero position, which saves you guys a lot of energy. You can go faster for a lower amount of energy. But I'm feeling it now. You can tell I'm gritting my teeth here, and I can tell that I'm getting close. And sure enough, there they are. I am getting close. This is a make or break move, though. I mean, I die on this hill, you guys. If I can't make it across to this group, I lose because I go back to the group. Nobody's chasing in that group. Nobody's rotating. I have to make it across. I do, but at what expense? I mean, look at my heart rate. My heart rate goes a little higher than this, but not a whole lot. That was a really hard effort for me. I'm stoked that I made it across, but immediately realized I'm not stoked because look how dysfunctional we are. Like, I've made it across, and it's not even really a breakaway per se. Breakaway, we have that number of 4 like I talked about, but we're not rotating like you normally see in a breakaway. We're not doing that really efficient, consistent pace line effort where we're sharing the work on front, sharing the work in the wind, maximizing the time in the draft. Instead, we're just kind of attacking each other. It's a hot mess. which is unfortunate. Let's see how it plays out. So that brings us into the last lap. And as a result of our dysfunctional breakaway group, you can see that we have been joined by a handful of others. Again, having just this weird, like, 8-rider breakaway, 7-rider breakaway, something like that. Just too big. Blaine goes, and I have to stand up. Like, guys, we're inside of 1 lap to go, and I can't let anything get away. If I want to see the front of this race at 200 meters to go, which is what I want as a field sprinter, I have to make sure nothing gets away. And Blaine's going to make that as difficult as possible because he's not a field sprinter, and this is the game, right? He's doing everything he can to make it as difficult for the sprinters. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for the sprinters so we can, respectively have our best shot at winning this race. So, yeah, hard effort here, and I just don't know how many more of these I have. This is tough. Unfortunately, that last one I dragged all these other riders with me. I didn't really have that snap in order to get a gap across to actually looks like Max was already off the front. Max also not necessarily a field sprinter. He's looking at Zach, he's looking at Timmy, he's looking at me, and he's thinking, oh yeah, I don't want to sprint against those guys. Blaine's doing the same thing. So this is the push-pull between, and there goes Blaine again. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I would do. What am I going to do? I was a little slow there to react. That's not good. I hesitated. That always hurts. Another hard effort. I see the pink jersey between my legs there. That's Zach doing the same thing. I can't really shake Zach at this point. I realize that I can't shake Zach. But I also realize that I have to keep Blaine on a leash. He will win from this distance. Hands down, he will win. So I have to make sure that we don't hesitate. That's exactly what he wants up the road, is hesitation. So I'm doing this effort, and man, I just want to chill. That's my whole plan as a field sprinter, is chill and fall back and not be having to respond to all of these counters. Let's see if I can avoid another counter. I have caught Blaine. I'm looking tired. Everyone's looking tired. Hopefully everyone's tired, and it will, deter any more counterattacks. That would be ideal for me. See if I can just catch my breath here. The final kilometer, I'm looking back. You see, I'm at the front, but my head is on a swivel. And, Zach's doing the same thing. The reason why we're both on one side of the road like this, there's not much wind. Zach's on the right, I'm on the left. Is just so we can rule out any attacks from one side. If you're all the way on the left, you don't have to worry about anybody on your left. If you're all the way on the right, you don't have to worry about anybody on your right because there's no more road. But anyway, while I said that, Zach is maybe going for a long one. Kind of interesting. If I were him, I would probably be thinking about 200 meters to go. I know he's got a really powerful sprint, but he's probably thinking, everyone's tired. Maybe I can pull a fast one. I've won from that distance at Alviso a number of times. He's probably thinking the same thing, but not on my watch. I've chased him back, and if I can, he's too smart. He elbows me through. That ain't gonna happen. A counterattack would have been nice, but I realize I'm not gonna be able to shake in these riders, and that is way too long of a sprint given how I feel at this moment. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay all the way on the left because, again, I don't want to worry about people coming over the top on me on my left-hand side, only my right-hand side. And you can see I'm looking back, and I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, about T-minus 2 seconds, I'm going to launch the winning sprint from the front. I don't think anybody can pass me. And then, bam, it happens. These two riders pull a fast one on us. I could not see them, and that was it. The most anticlimactic Alviso finish ever. That's how the race was won, or in my case, that's how the race was lost. They were just obscured. I couldn't see them. I think this camera kind of does it justice. If we watch that clip again, Zach's looking back, I'm looking back, and you just can't see them coming until suddenly they're going 5 or 8 miles an hour faster than us. And guys, with just a couple hundred meters to go, they are not coming back. So really well played, sneaky one. Pulled one over on all the sprinters. Well-deserved win. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.